a glorious evening here at One Oak Field in downtown Tulsa for this matchup between FC Tulsa and Birmingham Legion FC. Good evening, everybody. My name is Dave Saunders, alongside my broadcast partner Anna Beffer, Big 12 champion. And Anna, for the home side FC Tulsa, it's a case of some new faces, but also some familiar ones as well.
Yeah, Dave, a lot to look forward to tonight for FC Tulsa, bringing back some key players from last season that helped them with their playoff run, players like Bradley Bourgeois, Rodrigo de Costa, but also very busy during the offseason as well, bringing on players like Brian Brown, a true number 9 forward, able to get in good areas and execute quick shots, and then players like Petar Chuic, who will help break up play defensively for FC Tulsa.
And a significant signing for FC Tulsa, of course, was J.J. Williams from Birmingham Legion FC.
Yeah, you'll get a look here at the goal that J.J. Williams scored on FC Tulsa last season. This was the equalizer late, so FC Tulsa remembering him well and happy that he is on their side this season. And another player that FC Tulsa fans will be familiar with is Marlon Santos.
Yeah, Marlon Santos, he went the other way to Birmingham Legion FC, and here is his goal against Birmingham Legion last season. Both players, of course, have made 56 appearances for their former clubs.
Right, Marlon already making an impact very quickly for his side at Birmingham Legion FC with this goal here scored last weekend in their season opener, so he is making an impact early for the away side, but FC Tulsa very aware of his capabilities, as you can see here, and they will know what to look out for tonight in an exciting matchup between these two teams.
Exciting matchup it is, and we will be back after the break with your first half call and, of course, your starting lineups.
It's great for muscle recovery, reduces aches and pains that they're having, help those muscles recover quicker from those intense workouts that they're going through.
These guys, they're banged up, they're working hard, they're dealing with injuries. I feel blessed that these guys are able to come in the office and, take advantage of our multiple service lines here at Tulsa Spine and Rehab.
Get ready, Oklahoma. I'm Bill Knight, and it's Truck Month at Bill Knight Ford.
Order now and lock in 0% financing for 60 months and $2,000 retail order bonus cash on the 2022 F-150. Get $1,500 in retail order bonus cash plus 0% financing on the 2022 Ranger.
Let us show you why. We've been Oklahoma's #1 volume Ford dealer for the past 13 years. Come see us at Bill Knight Ford, 96th and Memorial, and home of the Knight Advantage.
Welcome into One Oak Field, and today's match is brought to you by Tulsa Tech. Make your own path to the career of your dreams with hands-on training from Tulsa Tech. By Panera Bread, satisfy any food mood with a Panera Bread you pick 2. Panera, the familiar made fantastic. And by Williams, we make clean energy happen. Good evening, everybody. A shot of downtown Tulsa, One Oak Field to be precise. FC Tulsa's home opener against familiar opponents. And here is the Foxy Taco starting 11 for FC Tulsa. Over to you, Anna Beffer, and obviously Brian Brown there leading the line.
Yeah, we mentioned a couple of these players in the pregame show. Chuic there, number 8, kind of that defensive holding mid. You'll see Lebo Maloto, number 30, kind of that linking player with players up top like Suarez and Rivas, and the playmaker DaCosta. The back line's been building in the offseason for FC Tulsa, but bringing back Bradley Bourgeois from last season will help them get into a rhythm, and then Sean Lewis in goal.
As for the visitors, Birmingham Legion FC, a familiar face, of course, Marlon Santos. He is the one change with Maki Diop dropping to the bench, but they're going to have to be something special to beat Van Oekel in goal.
Yeah, Marlon scoring that equalizing goal last weekend for Birmingham Legion FC, earning a tie against last year's Eastern Conference champions, the Tampa Bay Rowdies. You mentioned Van Oekel in goal. All-league second-team goalkeeper last year. Birmingham Legion FC historically really tough to score on, mainly because of him, but then a solid back line in front of him. This will be a great matchup today between these two sides and an exciting history.
Moments away from kickoff, let's have a look at the injury report. And interesting enough, it was a game day decision to include Bradley Bourgeois, who will play at right back, and Corrales is on the bench. As for the young 16-year-old Matthew Corcoran, he is on the injury report for the visitors. The weather report today brought to you by Fox 23, 68 degrees at kickoff. The weather report from Fox 23. We are underway here at One Oak Field. And really, Anna, if you're choosing home day openers, you know, Birmingham Legion in town is always special, judging on the 4 games we had last season.
Definitely, every time these two teams play, it's always exciting and a really quality game of soccer. Both teams well-rounded, and as we mentioned in the pregame show, Marlon and J.J. Williams switching respective sides this season, both playing for the opposite opponent than last season, and kind of have a insight into what the other teams will do since they've had history with them, so it'll be fun to watch and see this first half unfold.
FC Tulsa playing in those black and gold home shirts from left to right on your screens. Birmingham Legion in red shorts, white socks and white shirts. Now here's Joachim Rivas going past the defenders there. Here's DaCosta inside the box. There's an early charge for Brown, who stabs it just wide. And in fact, Brown wants a corner. And in the end, you have to say that was pretty good defending from Johnny Dean, the right back, who came in to help out his central defenders.
Excellent defending, but let's talk about that build-up from FC Tulsa, starting with Joaquin Rivas. Does an excellent job on that right wing. Good first touch into space. DaCosta with that diagonal run, and then the vision to get that across, and that's what we were talking about. Brown has the capability to be really dangerous, earning a corner here for FC Tulsa.
Here it is from the right, low into the near post, kneed away by Kleeman. Rivas, who took the corner, trying to battle it and get back from Martinez. Here is Marlone. Marlone is fouled there by his old teammate there, Lebo Maloto. Welcome back to One Oak Field with that foul from his old teammate there. Marlon Santos, who's lining up top in a pretty unfamiliar role as a central striker, Anna, you would say. Of course, predominantly played for FC Tulsa on the wing. We'll come back to that in just a moment. The ball is out, but it's quite unusual to see Marlon Santos down the centre.
It is a different look for FC Tulsa. He was so dangerous on that wing, would just kind of float, able to get into good areas and have the distribution from FC Tulsa to be really dangerous. But for Birmingham Legion FC, a higher position, getting him closer to goal, and it paid off last weekend. He was able to find a late equalizer, a brilliant goal, so he's found himself pretty comfortable up there so far.
Here's Brian Brown. Just laying the ball back here. See Tulsa just caught in possession a little bit there. There's Dispay. Dispay has done really well at the back there. Quality from him, finds Bourgeois. Now here's Chewich, signed from Sporting KC 2. Peter Chewich, familiar with this field. Here he is. He will fill in as almost as a third centre back at times. Dispay to the South African Lebo Maloto, who loves touches of the football. Here he is, the number 30, driving the ball in here to Suarez. Suarez is onside, and in comes Kleeman there. That was a fine ball and a effort to find Dario Suarez.
That is why Lebo Maloto is where he is in the midfield. He's so good on the ball, technique-wise, but the vision as well to find that pass for Suarez. Not able to connect, but those are the types of runs that FC Tulsa needs to keep doing because you have players like Lebo Maloto that can execute.
Fans, FC Tulsa will be back at One Oak Field this Wednesday, March 23rd to take on Landon Donovan and San Diego Loyal SC. Get your tickets to the match today at fctulsa.com/tickets. Here's Johnny Dean down the right-hand side, overlapping run from him. Just laying the ball back here to Herivo. Prosper Kazim. Freddie Kleeman, the 6'4" left back, can play as centre back as well. On the ball again here now, being closed down by Rodrigo da Costa. Marlon Santos, good ball here to Dean. Dean on the corner of the box will hit one. But in the end, I'm not sure Johnny Dean knew whether he was having a shot, Anna, or he was trying to chip the ball to the far post.
Yeah, not what he intended to do with that play, but FC Tulsa has to be mindful there. They kind of got sucked in centrally, and Dean did a great job to just kind of float on that outside and create some space for that opportunity there that sails over the bar.
Sean Lewis all in blue, the Rockford, Michigan native. He was the MVP in 2020. Had some injuries last season, which allowed substitute goalkeeper Austin Wormel a few games between the sticks. Signed a multi-year contract, and he joined Tulsa in 2019. 9 clean sheets in total with FC Tulsa. That was Martinez threading the ball through here to Marlone. And a good tackle coming in from Rodrigo da Costa on Mikey Lopez. Lopez it is who will have the throw in here. Finds Zach Herivo. It's Kleeman. Kleeman again, interchanging passes there with Zach Herivo, the 26-year-old. Johnny Dean wide on the right-hand side, right in front of the two coaches. Chewich with a tackle, and that will be a throw-in, in fact, to FC Tulsa. Coming up to 6 minutes played here, 0-0. Thanks for your company here on ESPN Plus, and also on My 41 here locally in Tulsa. Dave Saunders and Anna Beffer with you in this privileged position, bringing you the home games here for FC Tulsa. And there was a foul there by Leiber Malota right inside the centre circle. The referee tonight is Gabriel Gusti, assisted by Matt Trotter and Seth Barton. The fourth official, Will Franklin. Ball is loose here, cleared away by Ronald Rodriguez, one of the closed season signings. Bourgeois gets the ball up there. Cavita's there with Da Costa. Lopez, right footed ball over the top. Celebrating its 75th anniversary. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, League's Choice, Player's Choice. Now, they've just been caught in possession here. Cavita just atoning for his own error. Lopez driving a ball now here to Enzo Martinez, the lad from Uruguay. He switches the play, picks out Johnny Dean. Johnny Dean going back to Alex Cronale. And there's Marlon Santos just running out of field, but he has won the throw-in deep in FC Tulsa territory. Anna, your quick assessment of the first 7 minutes?
It's been great energy so far. Both teams just trying to kind of get situated with new players still early in the season, but the energy's very high. You can tell both teams with the expectation to come in and win this game. They both have high standards for their season, and this is where it starts early on in the season.
Now the ball's broken loose here to Enzo Martinez, trying to trick his way into the box there. In the end, Rivas gets there with Bourgeois to tidy up here. Here's the number 11, El Salvadorian international. Back to Dispay with a hurried clearance there, and in the end Bradley Bourgeois will settle things down with a throw right on halfway down the FC Tulsa right. First of 2 home games. On Wednesday, we've already alluded to it. A mouth-watering prospect of San Diego Loyal coming into town for the first time ever to meet between these two. Here's Prosper Kazim in the midfield. Seidu picks out Mikey Lopez wide on the left for Birmingham Legion. Birmingham Legion, who had that 1-1 draw at home last Saturday against Tampa Bay, with Marlon Santos with that late wonderful goal. FC Tulsa were going down 1-0 in their away match at Charleston Battery. Reva sliding in there. Herivo does well to come out with the ball, but away comes Chewich. Now Chewich can set in Rodrigo da Costa. Da Costa here. He's going to be on one-on-one, as he knows. His first touch wasn't good. He goes to ground, and the referee, in fact, said it was a foul. And da Costa's first touch, and there's going to be a yellow card here for Alex Cronale for the foul. And Anna, a couple of things to pick out there. The first touch from da Costa, by his own standards, not the best.
No, he definitely liked to have that one back, but Chewich, great vision over the top. Da Costa recognized that there were numbers going forward. We'll get another look at it here. FC Tulsa does well to defend. He gets his head up, a great chip over the top. Da Costa running into space. First touch lets him down a bit, but he's able to keep the ball. But then Cronale stopping that promising attack. Referee makes the call a yellow card, and FC Tulsa with an opportunity here off of a free kick in shooting range, Dave.
Well, you can see there Suarez fancies this one. He loves scoring against Birmingham Legion FC, having scored in 3 of the 4 games last year. Dario Suarez, also Ronald Rodriguez up from the back, the number 4. Also you've got Lebo Maloto. You would have thought it's going to be Dario Suarez. He will fancy this. It is central. It's around about 25 yards out. A real opportunity here to put some pressure on Matt Van Okel. Referee blows his whistle. Suarez comes up, curls it straight into the wall. Wall did its job. Chewich chips the ball back into the box. On the far post is Suarez, who tried to get the ball back across, but Kleeman was there to put it away for FC Tulsa's second corner of the match.
Yeah, FC Tulsa is really finding success with players floating on Birmingham Legion FC's back line, and then those balls over the top. The distribution is excellent, and Suarez there able to take advantage, trying to play that ball back across, but knocks it out for another corner here for FC Tulsa.
Here it is then from the left. Lebo Maloto with it, drives it towards the centre of the goal. There's a header away by Alex Cronale, who has just gone into the referee's book. Back in from Church. Good ball from him, and there's a goal for FC Tulsa. And it's that man, the Brazilian again. It's Rodrigo da Costa who opens the scoring for FC Tulsa this season. Chewich with a beautiful ball in. Da Costa scores. 11 minutes gone. It's FC Tulsa 1, Birmingham Legion FC 0.
What an unbelievable start from the home side. Chewich, the vision and the execution of this pass. Watches that ball pop out, curls that one in, but the runs, you see 4 FC Tulsa players making great runs into the box, crashing onto Van Okel. And da Costa, a man of his caliber, is not going to miss from there. Puts FC Tulsa on the board here first tonight and this season.
Well, Peter Chewich has just put in some great balls in over the top. You alluded to it in the commentary just now, and that is a wonderful assist for Rodrigo da Costa. And as you said, a man of his caliber will not miss from that distance, even against a wonderful goalkeeper in the shape of Matt Van Okel. 1-0 it is to the home side, and the fireworks go off for the first time this season for the first goal of the season from, yeah, you've guessed it, the captain, Rodrigo da Costa.
And Dave, you can feel the energy here in this stadium. The fans excited to get behind their captain with that first goal. But important here for FC Tulsa, these next 5 minutes, they have to stay switched on. Birmingham Legion FC, a quality side, able to strike back very quickly. They have to stay focused here.
You have to credit Mike Ensign's men. They've really taken this game to Birmingham Legion FC, a respected opponent. First of all, it was da Costa from the beautiful through ball from Chewich who won the free kick. Suarez went into the wall, but they kept the pressure up. And Chewich it was who threw the ball back into the box, and there was da Costa from close in. A couple of players down, they're both up now. And now it's up to Tommy Soane's men to respond. Kavita. Alex Cronale, who's got to play a lot of the game now on a yellow card, drives the ball, looking for Marlon Santos there with former teammate Bradley Bourgeois in those orange boots. Good to see Bradley Bourgeois back. Had to miss last week's game due to a foot injury. Very important to the FC Tulsa cause, Bradley Bourgeois. can play at centre back or right back, very versatile.
And Dave, already FC Tulsa fans know how important DaCosta is for their side, but also thankful in their opening game received that second yellow card, ultimately resulting in a red card, but FC Tulsa appealed that decision, won that decision, and FC Tulsa able to have DaCosta in the lineup tonight.
Here's Martinez going for goal, loops it over. It's about a yard over the top of Sean Lewis's goal. No save for Lewis to make. But you're right, it was a decision that was overturned, quite rightly in my opinion. The second yellow card that he received. Now the referee, Mr. Gusti here, is going to talk to Sean Lewis. It's early in the game, but he's just saying that he needs to get on with this and not take too much time. Good refereeing for me, just having a word, making sure that the goalkeeper knows, not leaving it to the 89th minute to talk to a goalkeeper for taking his time. Lewis then it is with the goal kick into the Birmingham Legion FC half. Here's Suarez bringing the ball down, just loses control. Throw in going to be taken by Alex Granali. They certainly push Johnny Dean high up the field and go to a back three as much as they can. Lopez, you could argue, is doing the same on the left. Here is Lopez getting the ball now up against Bourgeois, chests it down, brings it down on his right foot in the middle of the field, just lays it off here to Herivo. Herivo here to Marlon Santos. Santos up against Bradley Bourgeois. Those two will know each other really well. Santos it is, tricky past Bourgeois. DaCosta gets some kind of a foot on it. Here's Asaidu driving the ball out to Alex Cronali. Cronali up against Brian Brown, who's working hard for the cause. Quick throw, looking for Martinez, headed away by Ronald Rodriguez. Rodriguez, who had to play at right back last week. Johnny Fennick it was who's dropped to the bench. Dean into the box here, comes to the far side to Lopez. Lopez wearing 5 here, bends the ball towards the back of the box, away by Suarez. Sayadu here from a long way out, and that almost makes the second tier here at One Oak Field.
Birmingham Legion applying some pressure here up front, and FC Tulsa does a good job staying compact, staying composed, tracking runners, and ultimately that one sails over the bar, and Sean Lewis able to restart here for the home side.
To be fair to Anderson Sayadu, the Ghanaian, he is a holding midfield player, doesn't score many goals, 33 appearances last season for the Legion. Here's Kavita, the captain. We'll go back here to Matt Van Okel, who's been beaten by a close-in effort from Rodrigo DaCosta. The first goal for FC Tulsa this season. Martinez has committed a foul inside the centre circle. Great quick ball from Chuich. He's onside is Dario Suarez. Suarez has had the ball taken away from him by Johnny Dean, who's promptly given it away again. And now a foul by Zach Herivo, and the foul's just starting to mount up, and that was Gabby Torres on a run. We haven't mentioned his name too much, Anna, but another quality signing there, Torres, just on the left of your screen there, wearing 16, the Brazilian.
Definitely, you saw a glimpse of his capabilities there, but I think he's a good addition for FC Tulsa, able to get up and down that wing. He has good technical ability, he's quick, and that's an element there for FC Tulsa that they'll have to utilize throughout the season.
Wonderful crowd in here at One Oak Field. Lots of families on the grassy banks away behind the goal, which you'll see in just a moment. Real family atmosphere here. We've got drums going. Plenty of atmosphere here, and they've seen a wonderful first 18 minutes here at One Oak Field with FC Tulsa leading by a 1-0. There's some of the supporters in tonight. And there is Lebo Maloto, the South African, chipping the ball towards the far post. He's overcooked that one, and that will be a goal kick. You just get at the top of your screen there. Just wonderful family atmosphere here tonight, Anna, and you just sense that the fans are really looking forward to something special this season.
Definitely, and FC Tulsa is working really hard to build the standard, a winning culture here in Tulsa. Been out in the community trying to, recruit fans and get them to follow, and it's obviously worked, and they've had success on the field. So FC Tulsa fans really excited to get this season going, and you can tell by the support and numbers here tonight.
Enzo Martinez, who's been on the ball a lot for Birmingham Legion, is Zach Herivo. Finds Kazim. Kazim twisting and turning under pressure from Labour Maloto. Finds Johnny Dean, who nutmegs the defender there. Good build-up from Birmingham Legion FC, but in the end, easy for Sean Lewis, who wants to punt the ball down the field, looking for the lively Rodrigo da Costa, who wants more tonight, having scored that first goal. The Legion FC have the ball in the midfield. Herivo again trying to pick out Mikey Lopez. And Bourgeois has just about got that one back to Sean Lewis. Good goalkeeping and pretty steady defending from Mr. Bradley Bourgeois.
Bourgeois has done well. We've historically seen him in more of a central back position, but he had success last season. He gets pushed out to that right side. He's very athletic, has the ability to get forward as well and whip in a dangerous ball across the face of goal. But FC Tulsa glad to have him back in the lineup as their captain this season.
Gabi Torres with the throw-in. The Brazilian began his professional career with Hartford Athletic. Played the full 90 minutes in the playoff match with St. Louis in a 1-0 loss last season for his former employers. And he's slotted in very nicely at left back. Of course, there is another left back. We said on the injury report he's made the 18 on game day. And that, of course, is Jorge Corrales, the Cuban international. Talking of Cubans, here's Dispay. Flicked on by Brian Brown. Cronali to Dean. Dean goes back to Van Oekel. Van Oekel, the 35-year-old, clears. Bradley Bourgeois wanted Lewis to come out. Bourgeois has now got some defending to do. Under pressure from Martinez. In the end, it's anywhere will do from Bourgeois, but he finds Rivas. Rivas to Chewich. Chewich down the right-hand side. There's a chase here for Brian Brown, but he won't get there. But just a little bit of indecisive defending, which FC Tulsa just have to watch out for, Anna, being a goal to the good at the moment.
Right, a bit shaky in the back there. Sean Lewis hesitant to come out and get that, but Bourgeois, showing his experience, did well, stayed calm, kept the ball at his feet, was just able to clear that one away and connect with a fellow teammate.
It's the voice of Anna Beffer, Big 12 champion, alongside yours truly, Dave Saunders, here on ESPN Plus from One Oak Field here in downtown Tulsa, and also locally on My 41. You're very welcome, everybody, wherever you are watching this broadcast from. Mike Ensian's men 1-0 to the good. Headed away by the aforementioned Gabi Torres. It's going to be the first corner for Birmingham Legion FC, and we'll see how the defending is with this new look defence. You could argue, Anna, that 3 of the 4 are new signings of the back 4 tonight, so they've got to get to know each other pretty well, haven't they?
Right, and it takes time, it takes experience to learn how each other plays and just build that chemistry back there, but this is a great opportunity against a good opponent to see what they're made of.
Here's Martinez. Martinez again will drive a ball, but hits his teammate Herivo there. Let's see you do. Curling shot, easy for Sean Lewis. Appreciated by the home fans behind Lewis's goal.
And Dave, FC Tulsa very comfortable giving up those shots from distance with a keeper like Sean Lewis in goal. He doesn't miss those often, and you can see why. As long as FC Tulsa can stay compact and organized defensively, giving up those shots is acceptable from Coach Mike Ensian.
Cronali, the 6'5", 27-year-old. Bourgeois back to Lewis. Lewis clears up to Joaquin Rivas. He exchanges passes with Maloto. Chewich cleverly brings in Maloto. Bourgeois has gone on the overlap. Plenty of energy from Bourgeois. Bourgeois, he's just not got that one right. But it was a wonderful run, and we know in these parts of the world that Bradley Bourgeois has got bundles of energy, and he'll do that overlapping run all night.
He will, and it'll cause problems for Birmingham Legion FC, but also something to note, just the combination play in the midfield from FC Tulsa. Great piece of play that led to that space on that right wing to allow Bourgeois to get up in the attack, and those are the moments that FC Tulsa has to take advantage of to try to catch Birmingham Legion FC out of position.
Torres heading away. Zach Harivo picks it up, goes back to the only man in the referee's notebook, and that's Cronale. Kazim, you have the latest effort, lays it back to Harivo. Kleeman on loan from Austin FC, finds Mikey Lopez. Bit of trickery there from Marlon Santos, but he's given it away to Bradley Bourgeois. Maloto again, here's Chewich to Maloto. Tight play in tight spaces from FC Tulsa. Torres deep in his own territory, away by Ronald Rodriguez. One back by Maloto here. Maloto trying to slip the ball through here to Joaquin Rivas, but Kleeman saw the danger. And certainly it looks like FC Tulsa, the home side, are almost playing on the breakaway, Anna.
They are. They have good vision whenever they get that ball back from Birmingham Legion FC, and we talked about in the pregame show, Dave, but Birmingham Legion FC has a lot of success when they get those wingers up high, and whenever they do that, it kind of leaves some space open in the back and leaves them a bit exposed. And when FC Tulsa is able to capitalize on that, those are some moments where they've had some real success in the final third.
Good defending there from Dispay, who took a knock for his troubles. Away by Torres, given away though to Cronale. Asiadu up to Enzo Martinez. Foul by Ronald Rodriguez on Enzo Martinez. Martinez, who came to Legion FC in January of 2022 after 6 seasons with Charlotte Independence. He has had MLS experience with Real Salt Lake, the Uruguayan, and he's won a free kick for his side here, and everybody back for FC Tulsa. And again, an important moment in the game as we've got the replay here, Anna. You'll see the foul.
Yeah, FC Tulsa just trying to keep the ball in front of them, but you can't go through the defender. FC Tulsa defending this one well, and Sean Lewis will have a goal kick here, heading back up the other way.
As the world demands low-cost, low-carbon energy, Williams will be there with the best transport, storage and delivery solutions. Williams, we make clean energy happen. 1-0, we're in the 27th minute. And the home side leading by a goal to nil, with Rodrigo da Costa opening the scoring. Birmingham Legion FC have had the lion's share of the possession. Here's Torres. Left-footed driven ball away by Kleeman. Chewich will win it back for FC Tulsa. Bourgeois, the captain. He will win a throw-in as it hits Mikey Lopez, and Anna Bethel was screaming out for a ball down the right-hand side to Joaquin Rivas.
Yeah, that was a moment there for FC Tulsa. Birmingham Legion FC so good defensively that when those opportunities are there, you can't think about it. You just have to play it quick.
Throw in on halfway. Captain Bourgeois to Chewich, one of the close season signings. Sits in the midfield, does Peter Chewich on the ball here. Chewich intelligently finds Ron Rodriguez. Rodriguez here to Joaquin Rivas, the two El Salvadorian internationals combining there. Rivas thought he was fouled. Here's Enzo Martinez bringing in Johnny Dean. Johnny Dean down the right-hand side here, up against Gabby Torres, wanting to go the long way round. Torres is too good for him just there. Will keep the ball in here from giving away a corner, but he has given away a throw-in for the hard-working Johnny Dean. Johnny Dean, who was the 2020 Birmingham Legion Newcomer of the Year, and then followed up last year with the Fans' Choice MVP with incredible 2,861 minutes for his club. Very impressive player. Here's the captain, Kavita. Alex Cronale out of the back line. Finds Dean. Chewich gets a tackle in, and it's away by Rodriguez. Given away, though, to Kleeman. And then there is a foul by Dispay on Marlon Santos. And that will be a yellow card for Adrian Dispay. And I think the referee's got that one right. Anna Beffa, your opinion on that foul?
Agreed. Reckless challenge there from Dispay. Marlon did a great job. Get that first touch on the ball just to knock it to the side, bracing, knowing that contact's coming in. But a reckless challenge, referee goes to the book. And Birmingham Legion FC with a great opportunity here just on that right side of the 18-yard box. And Sean Lewis trying to get everyone organized.
It always makes me smile when defenders around the world do two things. Sometimes they put their hands straight up as if say, hey, I never touched him, ref, which obviously there was a foul there. And also when they point to the ball saying I played the ball. In this day and age, you know, if there's contact like that, the referee's going to give a free kick and invariably a yellow card. As you say, bit of a chance here. Prospect Kazim is over it. Also Enzo Martinez. Kazim comes up, leaves it. Martinez curls it towards goal, hits the wall, headed away by Suarez, who's appeared on the right-hand side. Martinez threading the ball through. Easy, though, for Brown here to clear here to Suarez. And there's a break on here, and Maloto didn't get enough on the ball to thread it through to Joaquin Rivas out of effort.
You saw the disappointment in some of the FC Tulsa players. They had numbers going forward. Maloto had space in front of him with runners in front of him as well. Birmingham Legion out of position, but ultimately just not able to execute there quickly. And Birmingham Legion FC does a great job. Transition back, break that play up.
Half an hour gone here. 1-0, FC Tulsa lead. Maloto up to Da Costa. Da Costa somehow gets the ball out here to Suarez. Gabi Torres is tearing down the left-hand side, but the referee has called the game back. Foul by Seyedou on Suarez.
Davey brought up Torres's run on that left side. That's what FC Tulsa can utilize on that left wing, but not only does he have to get the ball every time, but just drawing those defenders out and leaving space in the midfield. Those runs matter even if they don't get the ball.
Peter Chuich down the line. Suarez goes down. No foul, says the referee. It's going to be a throw-in, I believe. Suarez has gone down. Anna Beffa, you know me well now. I love the unsung heroes, and you've got one on each side here. You've got Anderson Seyedou wearing the number 6 shirt, does all that blue-collar work, and also Peter Chuich has been impressive for FC Tulsa. Those two players really important for their respective teams.
Definitely, and every team has one, and those players probably don't get the recognition they deserve as far as stats are concerned, but doing the dirty work in the midfield, distributing when needed to, and just breaking up play, and both teams have those key players fighting it out in the midfield tonight.
Coming up to 32 minutes play, 1-0, FC Tulsa. Playing from left to right on your screens in the black and gold shirts, but it's the away side. Birmingham Legion FC in their white shirts here, threading the ball out to the right-hand side. Johnny Dean, who's seen a lot of the ball on that right-hand side. Zach Heriafo here to the former FC Tulsa man, Marlon Santos, who scored that wonder goal last week in the 1-1 draw with Tampa Bay Rowdies. Here is Santos again. Kavita. Kleeman. Now Dean has got round Torres here. Can he get a decent ball in? He drives the ball low, and there's a chance for Enzo Martinez, and that is an outstanding save from Sean Lewis. Enzo Martinez might want that one back. He had more time possibly, Anna, than he thought, but that is a great save from that man in your frame there, Sean Lewis.
Sean Lewis, we know, is an unbelievable shot stopper, and you can see why. Here's another look at the replay. Torres gets beat. Dean does really well on that right side. Martinez with a deflection, but Sean Lewis ready, strong hands, punches that one up, able to deny that goal-scoring opportunity for Birmingham Legion FC.
Mikey Lopez. To be fair, Martinez had to take it quickly and did everything he could. Here's Dean, who's looked dangerous down that right-hand side, giving Gabi Torres a difficult time. Good play from Dean into the box. Here's Lopez on the far post, and he didn't get it towards goal, and it's away by Dispay. Still, Seyedou goes round one, and in the end he slips, but the ball still kept alive by Tommy Soane's men here. Here is Enzo Martinez. Good ball back, missed by Prosper Kazim, the Ghanaian, from the penalty spot. Certainly Birmingham Legion FC here knocking on the door, Anna.
Definitely, and the build-up play is excellent, but the awareness too. Martinez has done a really great job getting involved on the end of passes, but distributing them as well. Good decision to pull that ball back across.
As a shot comes in from Mikey Lopez, and that stung the palms of Sean Lewis, but really no save for FC Tulsa's number one to have any trouble with. But certainly you've got to be impressed by the response from Birmingham Legion FC. As Lewis punts the ball down the left-hand side, headed away by Cronali out. It's going to be a throw-in for Gabi Torres, who's some 10 yards down the left-hand side for FC Tulsa in the Birmingham Legion FC half. Here is Torres again, gets the ball back. Shuich in the midfield, surrounded by white shirts. Shuich is dispossessed by Zach Herifo, laid off by Marlon Santos. Enzo Martinez here to Kazim. Herifo again, threading it through, looking for Martinez. And headed back by Joaquin Rivas. Intelligent play from the Salvadorian international Joaquin Rivas, who's working hard, Anna, both in attack and also defensively, trying to help out Bradley Bourgeois, as he has to do.
He is. Rivas has made some really good attacking runs in that final third, but just hasn't gotten on the end of any of them. But doing the work defensively as well, as you can see there. Smart player heading that ball down. Hasn't gotten as much of the ball as he'd like, but a player of his caliber, I'm sure, will find a way.
Ball is going to be put out here. Kleeman took a bit of a knock. So next game, next Saturday for Legion FC will be against Colorado Springs. And as we've said, FC Tulsa, a mouth-watering prospect in their next game here next Wednesday at One Oak Field. And that is against San Diego Loyal SC. Then 4 days later, next Saturday, they will go to Sacramento Republic FC. Let's have a look, Anna, at Marlon Santos. Of course, 56 games he played in an FC Tulsa shirt. He goes to Birmingham Legion FC, and he's loved by the fans here. And of course, with that goal for Birmingham Legion, he is absolutely loved by their fans as well. Made a quick, popular player, hasn't he? With both clubs.
Definitely, he made a great impression with FC Tulsa, ranking 5th all-time in goals scored, and just last season he almost became known as one of those kind of late savers. He would come in when you thought the game might be over, and Marlon Santos would come in with a clutch goal, and that's exactly what he did for Birmingham Legion in their opening game as well. So he's really come in and proven how important he can be for both of these clubs.
FC Tulsa's bench, by the way, Johnny Fennick, J.J. Williams, of course, we mentioned him in the build-up. Of course, last season he was scoring 5 goals for Birmingham Legion FC. He'll be itching to get on. He was saying to the press in the week how he still has many friends who are wearing white shirts tonight, that he wants to come on and do a job for his new team. Abuchi Abinwa, Kembo Kabato Machuka, Austin Wormel, the goalkeeping sub, and Eric Bird, the substitutes. Say again, warm applause, by the way, for Kleeman is on his feet. But Anna, the crowd tonight is pretty exceptional, isn't it? I mean, they've really, packed in, and we are going to see a substitute. Kleeman is going to have to leave the field, and on will come Thomas Vanki Azil. And there's the man we've been talking about, Marlon Santos, and he is being appreciated, as I was saying to Anna, just as we look at that substitution. The atmosphere inside One Oak Field tonight is something to behold, and they're seeing a great sporting game between two great rivals who want to play the game in the right way.
Right, and FC Tulsa will be pleased to have come out here in this first half so far with the lead, but a lot of soccer left to be played in this game. But with the fans behind them, Coach Encian talked about it earlier this week, how excited they were to just have that extra energy and that extra push from the home fans in the final third to will those goals in, and so far DaCosta leading that charge.
6.5 minutes to go of the 45. Of course, there'll be a couple of minutes at least added on. Unfortunately, Kleeman's had to leave the field. As we said, Thomas van Keerzeel is on, and he has gone in. It's a straight swap, to be honest. He's gone in alongside his captain. At times it's a back five with Lopez and Dean, the wing backs. Van Keerzeel has gone alongside Kavita and Alex Cronale in the defence. Here is the aforementioned Cronale. Torres has won it back, and then unfairly, says the referee. And Kleeman, we can just see walking away there, must have taken a real bang to his leg there. He's limping away, Anna. Never nice to see a player having to leave the arena with an injury.
No, especially this early in the season, but well wishes to him and hopefully a speedy recovery.
Indeed we do. Here's Kavita under pressure from Joaquim Rivas here. Back to Van Oekel. Van Oekel hurried clearance. Lopez did well to keep that in, but he's given it away. Here's Bourgeois. Bourgeois now finds Brian Brown. Brown slips the ball through, nearly finding Rodrigo DaCosta. Brian Brown, wearing 9 in the number 9 positions, working really hard for FC Tulsa. We'll come back to Brian Brown in just a moment, because here's Johnny Dean. Prosper Kazim. Zach Harivo. Oh, good dummy here. Here's Martinez. Great tackle coming in, and there's a shot, the goal. And it's Prosper Kazim who's brought the scores level. It fell nicely to him around about 8 yards out. And with 5 minutes to go till half time, it's FC Tulsa 1, Birmingham Legion FC 1.
Dave, you felt that goal coming. Birmingham Legion FC applying a lot of pressure in that final third against FC Tulsa. We'll get another look here at the replay. FC Tulsa trying to compact a great dummy by Prosper Kazim to ultimately get the ball back, and an excellent finish in that top corner. Nothing really goalkeeper Sean Lewis could do, but the creativity to create that, Dave, the awareness to let that go through his legs, get the ball back and finish it off.
Yeah, good finish. Nothing Sean Lewis can do. Great time to score, of course, just a few minutes before half-time. The goal timed on 41 minutes, and we've got a real game on here at One Oak Field. Here's Chewich. And now, how will FC Tulsa respond? You have to say that Birmingham Legion FC have been knocking on the door for a good period of this first half. Here's Gabby Torres down in the corner, won back by the men in the white shirts as Chewich gets a good tackle in. On the balance of the play, Anna, you know, they fully deserve that goal.
They did. They had a great response after going down early. They kept their composure, stuck to their game plan. They were excellent in possession, but the movement off the ball, the creativity, and sometimes that's all it takes in the final third, just a moment of creativity to try to create that extra space, and that's exactly what Prosper Kazim did. It ultimately paid off and able to finish when in front of goal.
DaCosta nearly threading the ball through to Brian Brown. Brown, who was born in Sandy Bay, Jamaica, signed from New Mexico United with a deal that brought him to FC Tulsa. He did go on loan to Oakland Roots last season. He also played in Albania in 2019 and also for Reno 1868 from 17 to 19. Now ball over the top to Johnny Dean, who's racing into the box here. Could it be two in a short space of time? No, it can't, because Enzo Martinez is just dispossessed by Gabby Torres. Important, Mike Ensian is shouting on instructions. Important that FC Tulsa here just stays together, having conceded that goal.
Yeah, and Birmingham Legion FC is doing a really good job of distributing from the midfield a bit more these last few minutes. Harivo able to get on the ball, distribute, find those runners, and FC Tulsa not really having a response there.
Another foul there by Brian Brown. Free kick. Alex Granale will take it here. Brings in Johnny D. Erivo. Banquet-Azil, the Frenchman, born in Caen in France, is Mikey Lopez. Sayedou, wearing 6, threading the ball out to the right-hand side. Alex Granale, right on halfway here. He drives the ball, beautiful ball to Mikey Lopez. They're able to switch play very, very quickly at Tommy Stone's men. That's a ball into the box, will bounce harmlessly through to Sean Lewis, who immediately rolls it out to Chewich, who first times it here to Gabby Torres. Birmingham Legion, a very organised side. They play with a very high press, and there's not a lot of space ahead of the FC Tulsa players, Anna, when they've got the ball like Chewich here. They're very compact, the Legion FC.
They are, and that's why it's so important when those pockets of space open up, when those channels are available, make the quick decision, make the pass, and when FC Tulsa's done that so far, they've had success.
Lebo Maloto gets the ball back from Bourgeois, right on halfway, the South African here. Da Costa, this is better from FC Tulsa. Chewich will now switch the play onto the chest of Gabby Torres. He goes infield again to Maloto. Good spin and turn from Dario Suarez. Chewich finding some space here, bringing in captain Bourgeois. Bourgeois now towards the far post. Dean will head it away. Martinez is there. And we are going to have 3 minutes of Tulsa Tech stoppage time as the ball is threaded through. Down goes Da Costa, cleared away. Tulsa Tech, we will have 3 minutes of Tulsa Tech stoppage time. Enroll today at tulsatech.edu. Dispay receives the ball here from Ronald Rodriguez. Chewich in lots of space here inside the centre circle now. Brings in Maloto. Maloto's dropping deep in the midfield there to receive the ball. Chewich, intelligent ball from Chewich, who's hardly put a pass wrong in this first half. He's so accurate with his passing, Peter Chewich.
Chewich has definitely been an impact player from my perspective, just breaking up play defensively as we thought that he would, but his distribution tonight has been crucial, leading to that first goal and helping FC Tulsa try to find their second.
Bourgeois' ball into the box is an easy catch for the Birmingham Legion FC goalkeeping coach Matt Van Okel. He was signed from OKC Energy in 2018. 9 clean sheets last year. A very, very fine goalkeeper indeed. One of the best around, in my opinion. Brian Brown up against 2. Came off Ferrivo. It's going to be a throw-in. We are playing the last few seconds here. And in fact, there's going to be a foul throw. I think somebody stepped over the line there. I think it was Gabby Torres. Throw-in. Don't see many of those in the professional game. Granale throwing the ball down the right-hand side, looking for Martinez, who just gives Torres a little shove. Whilst you felt the goal was coming, it's just quieting the crowd down a little bit, Hannah, and I think everybody could maybe do with a little break, and we'll see what the second half can bring. It's anybody's game, this one, isn't it?
It is. Birmingham Legion FC, great response after going down early, but FC Tulsa.
Here's Brown here to Rivas. Can he steal a goal late on? Rivas goes down. Van Okel brings down the player, and it's a penalty to FC Tulsa. And there's a yellow card for Van Okel. What drama we've got here at One Oak Field. We're playing the Tulsa Tech stoppage time. Van Okel definitely pulling down Rodrigo da Costa, and a real chance here, and Rivas has tucked the ball under his arm. Suarez is saying, well, maybe I should be taking it because I got a perfect record from the spot. Let's remember. Here's Anna with the replay.
FC Tulsa getting into space. Brian Brown does an excellent job to bring that ball down. Van Okel ultimately stopping Rivas, but that's the foul right there. You cannot obstruct. Da Costa trying to get the follow-up play, and Van Okel not going for the ball, knows exactly what he's doing there. Referee makes the right call.
And a yellow card it is. And the responsibility goes to Joaquin Rivas, wearing 11. Dario Suarez is the other taker. What a time and what a moment in this game. The crowd expectant now from Joaquin Rivas, who will come up and strike this left-footed and scores past Barlow. It is a late show in this first half. Rivas with the penalty. FC Tulsa 2, Birmingham Legion FC 1.
Joaquin Rivas with his first goal of the season for FC Tulsa, and what an important one. It is seconds ticking off of that clock heading into halftime. Birmingham Legion FC had equalized, but FC Tulsa finds a way to get that go-ahead goal just moments before halftime. We'll get another look here at the replay. Calm, confident PK against Dave. We've talked about it all night. A quality goalkeeper, not intimidated by Joaquin Rivas, puts that one away for the home side.
And that was the last kick of the half. FC Tulsa leading by 2-1. What an ending, what a half. And we have got a real match on in this second half, because Anna, just before we go to break, I mean, FC Tulsa get that start, 11 minutes to Costa, but then credit the away side. They really took the game back to FC Tulsa, and I guess you could say FC Tulsa slightly fortunate to be going in ahead.
Really, it has been an entertaining game from the start. You mentioned it, FC Tulsa coming out really strong. Coach Incian had to be pleased, but Birmingham Legion responding professionally the way they did, and then that man right there, Joaquin Rivas, steps up for his team to find that go-ahead goal heading into halftime. It's a very different conversation if you're Coach Mike Incian now a goal up, but still a lot of work left to do.
We'll be back with the Williams halftime show. Dramatic end to this first half. As we go to break, it's FC Tulsa 2, Birmingham Legion FC 1.
Rib Crib's been smoking the good stuff over 20 years, serving up mouth-watering barbecue, talking about slow-smoked classics like Rib Crib's famous ribs. Yeah. Hungry yet? Rib Crib.
At Williams, we're focused on adding new technology and operating practices that deliver right here, right now reductions in global emissions, cutting-edge emissions measuring and monitoring, certifiable and transparent emissions data, real-time energy optimization across the natural gas value chain, integration and delivery of the fuels of the future, meeting global energy demand and global climate goals. For us, this is just the beginning. Williams, we make clean energy happen.
Trust the local experts in career training. For more than 50 years, Tulsa Tech has been in your neighborhood. From high schools to our 6 campuses, we're ready to train you for the career of your dreams. Get the industry credentials to get paid with our hands-on training in everything from aerospace and automotive to health science and IT. Make this next year the best ever. And see how Tulsa Tech can help make your own path by calling 918-828-5000 or logging on to tulsatech.edu today.
Whoa, nice ride, brother. Thanks, man. Go check out Ferguson Kia. Get one for yourself.
So Ferguson Kia, huh?
Yes, sir. With their new lineup, they have something for every lifestyle.
Thanks, Sean. Remember, we've got what you're looking for.
To One Oak Field. Half-time, FC Tulsa 2, Birmingham Legion FC 1. We've seen a fantastic game of football in this first half with a dramatic ending. Don't go away, we've got the Williams half-time show coming up next.
mean, yeah. Let's talk about
Stop
today when we go
Yo,
topics.
roll it down.
I am.
You don't need a car to listen to Sirius XM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What?
That's it! San Diego Demons! What's the money? And for a bog! Crash again! There it is! First of the year for San Diego!
And it's into the back of the net! El Paso
for a corner and a 10! What a goal! Are you watching Football Americas?
Welcome back into One Oak Field, where the crowd have been treated to a wonderful 45 minutes of football. FC Tulsa 2, Birmingham Legion FC 1. Welcome into the Williams halftime show. Let's have a look at some scores. Full time, the Miami FC 2, Louisville City FC 0, Pittsburgh Riverhounds 2, Hartford Athletic 1, Memphis 901 FC 2, Oakland Roots 1. Memphis, who needed to respond to their 3-0 defeat last week. And then Tampa Bay Rowdies 2, Indy 11-0. Tampa Bay Rowdies, again, one of the favourites in this Eastern Division. Let's have a look now at the team of the week, and you can see that Mark Segbers up there at the second name down for the Miami FC, a very good quality defender. 3 Sacramento Republic players making that team, but there is the player of the week, of course, Dane Kelly, who wherever he goes, he scores goals and invariably is in a team of the week. Hannah Beffa, let's have a look at the upcoming schedule now for FC Tulsa, and their games keep coming.
Yeah, FC Tulsa again at home Wednesday versus San Diego Loyal FC, and then on the road at Sacramento Republic FC. But you can see the upcoming schedule. They're tough, Dave. This is a tough conference, the Eastern Conference, stacked with a lot of quality teams, and FC Tulsa working really hard to establish themselves as one of those elite clubs. And we've talked about how they're trying to keep that standard high. Coach Mike Incian, high aspirations for his team, and so far tonight against a quality opponent, this game will help prepare them for these upcoming 5 games as they look to establish themselves here in the Eastern Conference.
To the here and now, we're coming up with the next segment of our halftime show. We'll show you some first half highlights after this break. You're watching the Williams halftime show. It's FC Tulsa 2, Birmingham Legion FC 1.
Tulsa Bone and Joint is Northeast Oklahoma's one-stop shop for orthopedic care and now features outpatient joint replacement surgeries at Union Pines Surgery Center. Dr. Jason Griffin of Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as the team physician for FC Tulsa. Since 2018, Dr. Griffin has provided his medical expertise both on the field and in the clinic to FC Tulsa players. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to be the official orthopedic care provider for FC Tulsa. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
This is a city that is being run like a startup.
I think it's a remote mecca that's in the ground stages.
Everything that I do for fun in DC, I was also able to do here, but it was way more accessible.
I got here and was fully impressed.
The city is genuinely welcoming of new people and new ideas.
We have to start realizing there's other places to live besides just the East Coast and West Coast.
Welcome back into One Oak Field for this USL Championship match. Tonight's match is brought to you by Rib Crib, smoking the good stuff since '92. And by Foxy Tacos, fast and fresh Tex-Mex on Tulsa's historic Cherry Street. What a thrilling first half we have seen, and we will show you. Well, first of all, you can see the crowds packed in on those grassy banks here at One Oak Field, and we're going to show you in a few moments some first half highlights with Anna Beffer alongside me. And Anna, it all started pretty early on with that corner headed away, and it developed from there.
It did. FC Tulsa came out really strong, and then Chuich, just an unbelievable ball across the face of goal, but FC Tulsa did a great job crashing in on the box. Van Oekel, nothing he could do, and DaCosta with authority putting that one away from close range to give FC Tulsa the early lead.
Yeah, the early lead it was. 11 minutes gone, and it was DaCosta, who's no stranger to scoring goals in an FC Tulsa shirt. But credit the opposition, they came really right back and enjoyed a lot of possession, and this build-up from Johnny Dean on the right-hand side.
They did. They responded really, really well, and Dean has been active all night, but Sean Lewis with a great shot stop from close range. Martinez did well to hover just right at the top of the 6-yard box. Didn't have a lot of time, but puts that one on frame, and Sean Lewis does really, really well there to keep the score level.
Certainly did, but you just felt that something was going to happen for Birmingham Legion FC, and it did. Beautiful interchange here.
Really, and the Prosper Kasim, the creativity to let that ball go between his legs, execute the dummy, and then the combination play between Prosper Kazim and then Martinez. Torres getting a touch in there, but Prosper Kazim in the right place at the right time puts that one away in that top corner. Nothing really Sean Lewis could do, levels the score.
And we thought at that time, that late goal with 4 minutes to go, it was going to be 1-1 at the break, but then this all unfolded.
Brown, great ball over Rivas. Van Oekel comes out, does well, but then chooses to go for DaCosta instead of the ball. Referee makes the right call. Yellow card. This gives FC Tulsa an opportunity late, and Joaquin Rivas executes confidently past Van Oekel, and that puts FC Tulsa up 2-1 going into halftime.
Anna, there are one or two people that have contacted me during halftime saying, you know, was Van Oekel lucky to stay on the field? For you, yellow card just about right from the referee there?
I think that's the right call. There, a referee would give a red card if it was a clear goal-scoring opportunity, and it wasn't really there. But take a look at the stats here from FC Tulsa and Birmingham Legion FC. Legion FC edging possession a bit, 54-46. But take a look at the shots. Birmingham Legion FC with 11, really putting the pressure on FC Tulsa, but only able to capitalize on one of those. And right now, the statistic that matters the most, FC Tulsa with 2 goals to Birmingham Legion FC, 1 at halftime, but a lot of soccer left to be played. And if I had to guess, Dave, another entertaining 45 minutes ahead of us.
I couldn't agree more. And, you know, if you're Tommy Sohn, you know, do you say to your players, look, forget about the penalty decision. That was kind of a freakish moment, for one of a better way of putting it. You know, you had the lion's share of possession. Keep playing the way you were.
I think so. They've had a really, really good first half, in my opinion. They went down early, but they responded well. They stayed composed, kept possession, and that's what Birmingham Legion FC does well. They found success distributing out of the midfield and getting those runners on the wing. Johnny Dean, so effective for Birmingham Legion FC on that right side, playing balls in. They're making good runs in the box, and I think if they keep doing that, Dave, they're going to find success, and that's where FC Tulsa has to stay disciplined defensively. We talked about how they have some new players on that back line, and this is a moment for them to continue to establish that chemistry, hold strong. This is a tough team, and it's going to be a tough second half.
Certainly will be a tough second half for everybody concerned. As far as we can see, no more substitutions. Of course, Van Keer-Seal had to come on for the injured Kleeman for Birmingham Legion FC. No substitutions for FC Tulsa, who are playing in those black and gold shirts. They'll be playing from right to left on your screens. Birmingham Legion FC, those red shorts, white socks and white shirts, playing from left to right on your screens, and immediately the ball is out for a throw-in for Legion FC. Kavita it is, throwing the ball down the left-hand side. Kavita playing as one of 3 centre-backs, with Mikey Lopez pushing on as left wing-back and Johnny Dean the same on the right-hand side. Free kick. Martinez, who had one of the best efforts before the goal scored by Prosper Kazim. Good save from Sean Lewis. Here's Marlone down in the corner, going round the defender, driving the ball into the shins of Peter Chewich back there. And away comes Rivas here. Rivas, who slotted that penalty away, and he certainly took the ball, took command. Of course, Dario Suarez, we know, is perfect from the spot in an FC Tulsa shirt. He wanted it as well, but you have to say Rivas did put it away pretty well.
He did. He walked up confidently, did exactly what he needed to do and what FC Tulsa expected him to do with a player of his level. But FC Tulsa still with a lot of work to do here.
Bouchoir going back to Lewis. Lewis had to watch the bounce of the ball there, clears it away. Can't pick it up, of course. Headed back by Herivo. Herivo again winning a header in the midfield. There's Rivas heading it back in. Away by Dizpay. Here's Kavita bringing the ball down on his chest. The captain threading it out to the left-hand side. Lopez trying to play it forward off Bouchoir. Now here's a little bit of space for Enzo Martinez, the Uruguayan, into the box, goes round the defender, pulls it back across, and that was a little bit too easy. Here's Aseyadu inside the box here, being forced wide, and in the end it's going to come off him for a goal kick. And just for a moment there, you just felt that Enzo Martinez there just getting a little bit too much room in behind the FC Tulsa defence there, Anna.
Yeah, FC Tulsa respecting the type of player that he is, but at some point have to go in and make contact and defend there, because Martinez, with that space, will take advantage of it. And you saw that there, showcasing a bit of speed, that change of pace around the corner. And FC Tulsa compacting in, able to clear that ball away. But those are the moments where Birmingham Legion FC, the more they have of the ball, the better things happen, and we've seen what they're capable of.
Now, the referee did give Sean Lewis a warning in the first half, so no surprises there that he's showing Lewis a yellow card. So both goalkeepers are now on a yellow card, quite unusually. Fans, don't miss out on any of the FC Tulsa action this season. Secure your season tickets, mini plans, or single match tickets today at fctulsa.com/tickets. Ball loose here with Rivas, the second goal scorer for FC Tulsa. Now, Gabi Torres, got to keep the ball in, does, up against Johnny D. Torres has come out with the ball here, and in fact the referee said that it did bounce up onto his hand, and Van Oekel will come out of his goal, throw the ball 5 yards forward, and will take this free kick. It was a strange moment for Matt Van Oekel. It was almost like you know, tackling in American football, wasn't it? You know, that he just completely blocked off the FC Tulsa striker Rodrigo da Costa. Ball into the box, come back to that moment in a minute. Here now on the far side is Dean. Dean drives it into the feet of Torres, and that one's being driven away. It was a strange moment, wasn't it?
It was a bit uncharacteristic, in my opinion, from a goalkeeper like himself, because the ball was going away from goal, so he really did not have a reason to go back in and go for da Costa, especially with defenders behind him, and that's ultimately why the referee didn't award a red card in that position, because it wasn't a clear goal-scoring opportunity. But Van Oekel, quick to make that decision, and unfortunately for the away side, led to a penalty kick.
Now, Brian Brown was nearly in there, but that's good defending from the Frenchman Van Kierzeel. Torres back infield to Chewich, who's had a very tidy game in the central midfield for Mike Henson's men. Ball given away, Aseyadu now running down the heart of the field here, threading the ball here to the goal scorer, Prosper Kazim. Kazim now onto his left foot. He gets it across to Enzo Martinez. Martinez, intelligent ball into the box, and it's away from Mikey Lopez. Disappointingly by his own standards there, Lopez has overhit that ball.
Birmingham Legion FC, though, with excellent movement up top, creating that space. You saw the options that the attackers had when building up that play, but just that final pass, that final execution was lacking there, and FC Tulsa kind of weathering that storm and trying to get back into their offensive half.
50 minutes gone of this pulsating match. A a long way to go. You just feel there's much more to come in this game. FC Tulsa took the lead in the 11th minute with Rodrigo da Costa from close in. Prosper Kazim leveled things at 1-1, and then a dramatic end in injury time. A penalty. Rivas, who wanted the advantage there because he had possession of the football, scored the penalty to give us the current score of 2-1. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern, plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app. Ball driven out to Johnny Dean, wide on the right-hand side. He's up against Gabby Torres. That's a good battle. It's a good match-up, that one. Anna, you look for battles all over the field. That's one of the best.
It really is, and that's one of those individual battles that coaches will say it sounds simplistic, but when you are able to win those individual battles collectively, it makes it a whole lot easier, and Gabby Torres definitely has his work cut out for him tonight, and Johnny Dean has had a great game so far, creating a lot from that right side, but Torres, for the most part, has tried to keep him at bay.
Banque Azil won a towering header there. Here's Bradley Bourgeois, under pressure from Marlon Santos. Kept in by Kavita, and then played out for a throw-in to FC Tulsa. It's an intriguing tactical battle by these two coaches, Mike Ensian versus Tommy Sohn. Down the FC Tulsa right, Birmingham Legion FC have had some pretty good success. And it's the likes of Bradley Bourgeois at right back, doesn't want to be up against two, so it's the likes of Rivas who has to do some defensive work. That was an unusual back pass from Ronald Rodriguez, controlled well by Sean Lewis, headed back by Dean. Both sets of attacking players have to do that defending as well, just like that. That was good from Gabby Torres, and then he just gives it away, did all the hard work, gives it away. Seydu now, he's got Mikey Lopez outside him, finds Lopez, slightly over hit ball there. Lopez still on the ball here. He will play it back to Zach Herivo. Herivo to Dean. Dean now trying to level things up, blocked by Rodriguez. And Rivas has just played a loose ball in the midfield. Alex Granali now up from one of the centre-back roles. Herivo. Herivo inside the box, clips it towards the far post. There's a header, there's an offside flag. Really good play from Zach Herivo. The header came and immediately the linesman's flag went up, Anna Beffa.
Herivo did a great job just to stay calm and composed at the top of the 18-yard box, wait for that moment to play that ball across the face of goal. But even if it wasn't offside, Sean Lewis would have been there. We'll get another look at it here. Wide open on the back post, and that's something that FC Tulsa has to be mindful of. It's tough to see from this angle. Have to trust the assistant referee was in a good position there, but a great opportunity for Birmingham Legion FC.
Intelligent ball from Da Costa there, but it's just rolled on out of the reach of Rivas. Good play from Zach Herivo, who's had a good game for me in the central midfield. Of course, he did play here against FC Tulsa for San Antonio. Had a loan spell for Birmingham Legion in 2019. Now, ball's broken loose here for Brian Brown. Da Costa, it's just in front of him. And good defending from Mikey Lopez, who's back there, headed back by Gabby Torres. Alex Cronale here will go back infield to Van Keazeel. Good possession from Birmingham Legion here. All three centre-backs involved. They're certainly pushing Johnny Dean forward on the left now. Mikey Lopez on the right. That's a switch. Johnny Dean up against Bradley Bourgeois is a good matchup over on that FC Tulsa right, Birmingham Legion left. Ronald Rodriguez 23-year-old clears the ball. Now to the first half substitute, Thomas van Keerseel, who didn't feature in the 18 last week. Getting some good minutes here at One Oak Field. It's another wild effort there from Anderson Azaidu. But you have to be impressed again with the possession of the away side. It's up to the home side, FC Tulsa, to just soak up the pressure, isn't it, quite frankly, Anna?
Yeah, Legion FC doing a great job just to continue to do what they do best, stay composed, find the simple pass, short, long, and then switching the point of attack very effectively. And FC Tulsa ultimately is doing a really good job of defending, but it's that next pass, Dave. Once they receive the ball and have possession, getting their head up, finding that next pass, just calming things down and keeping possession and taking care of that ball.
That's exactly what Peter Ciuic did there to find his captain Bradley Bourgeois after good work from Dario Suarez. Now it's FC Tulsa's turn to knock the ball around. Good close play. Here's Bourgeois. Nearly finds Rivas, but in steps Zach Herivo. Here he is on the ball again. Going towards the left-hand side. Untidy challenge from Leiber Maloto, who's got to be careful. Fouls mounting up against the South African in the midfield. Just looking at the bench for FC Tulsa. Of course, waiting in the wings, JJ Williams, who would love to come on up front against his old teammates, but here's Johnny Dean inside the box here. Dean pulling it back here. Zach Herivo, central. Gets bumped off the ball by Ciuic fairly, says the referee, and then Ciuic can't find Rodrigo da Costa, who's frustrated. He's not getting the ball to feet. Good header from Dispay, though, breaks up the attack. Here's Joaquim Rivas. Leiber Maloto. Dario Suarez plays it back to the Croatian Ciuic, who barely puts a pass ill-placed. Finds Gabi Torres. Now Suarez says, I'll take on 3. No foul. Prosper Kassim comes out with the ball. Suarez stays down. Ball loose again inside the midfield. There's Rivas, and Suarez is down, and Suarez might like Birmingham Legion to kick the ball out here, but the referee's having none of it. Suarez is still down. Now the fans are not happy. Now it's up to Ronald Rodriguez to put the ball out. It's always a difficult one, Anna, when it's not your player and you're 2-1 down. You want to keep possession of the football. We'll just see here if we can get an angle on the injury.
Looks like just that sheer contact, Dave. And that upper leg, that doesn't feel good. Getting attention now from the athletic trainer gives the opportunity for both teams here to reset and take a moment. It's about 30 minutes left in this match.
And a substitution for Birmingham Legion FC. Off goes Asiedu. And Suarez is okay. And the man coming into the fray is Bruno Lapa. Another fine player, Brazilian. Started every game for Birmingham Legion FC in 2020. 22 appearances in 2021. Had some injuries, but still managed to score 5 goals. Played his college ball at Wake Forest back in the day. Is Leiber Maloto. Bradley Bourgeois, who's certainly been pegged back in this game. And FC Tulsa fans like things going forward from Bradley Bourgeois down the right, but certainly credit Birmingham Legion. They've really pegged him back with Johnny Dean and Mikey Lopez pinning him back really by playing those high wing backs.
They really have, and that's something to think about just when you're watching these games. Those wingers, especially when it's 1v1, they want to get high, they want to be attacking minded, but when you have players like Johnny Dean or Gabi Torres or whoever it might be inching forward, that's always in the back of your mind. You always have to remember to draw back and make sure you defend as well. So it's tough for players to sometimes get out of that defensive mindset where Bradley Bourgeois is getting sucked back in by Johnny Dean.
And here's the breakaway. Lebo Maloto. He's got Brian Brown outside. Brown receives the ball now. Brown's tackled. Ball loose here. Rivas gets some kind of a touch on it, but Harivo comes away with the ball. And FC Tulsa really having to play on the break. Bourgeois is going to step in there and foul Dean, but the referee's going to play advantage here. Santos did well there. Ball inside the box. Clipped back. Chewich is there and then blasted over the top. In the end by Marlone. Excuse me, I think it was the substitute Lappa there with the final shot. But still, Anna, as we've played over an hour now, the game's still on a knife edge, isn't it?
It is. It's still anyone's game, and you can see Legion FC continuing to apply that pressure. Not a lot has changed from their game, even though they're down by a goal. They're continuing to make dynamic runs in the final third, open up space for players like Dean to get involved. But FC Tulsa staying disciplined defensively. All they need to do is just stay clinical when they're trying to find that pass building out of the back.
Here's Torres. Suarez does well to get the ball down the left-hand side to the number 10. That's Rodrigo da Costa. Here's Suarez inside the box here. Nearly gets the ball to Torres. It breaks down. Alex Granali with the ball here. His left-footed ball is a little bit loose, and Ronald Rodriguez can go back to Sean Lewis. End-to-end stuff now as Bourgeois just about keeps the ball in on the right-hand side. Finds Maloto. Dispay. Bradley Bourgeois. Maloto involved again. You just wonder whether Mike Ensian, on around about 65, might make a substitution. Of course, Eric Bird waits in the wings, could come into the midfield. JJ Williams, as we said. Kembo Kibato. Chuka is can come on the wing to give a little bit of speed. So plenty of options, and plenty of options too for Birmingham Legion FC as well for Tommy Soane. Here's Cronale. 2-1 the score. Dave Saunders, Anna Beffer with you here in the commentary box here at One Oak Field, here on My 41 in Tulsa, and also on ESPN Plus. Thanks for your company wherever you are for this wonderful game of football, the USL Championship season opener for FC Tulsa. Chewich has just run into a little bit of trouble there. Here's Brian Brown. Now, has he got him behind the defence? He was up against three. Brown there, he's just blocked off, and across comes Alex Cronale. And Brian Brown is working hard up front, Anna, but he's not had a tremendous amount of service, has he?
No, he hasn't. He's done a good job of trying to hold up play, drawing fouls, attempting to make those runs in behind, but you're exactly right. He hasn't been able to have the ball at his feet much or really get an opportunity clear on frame. But Mike Ensian brought him in for a reason, knows that he's capable, and sometimes that's all it takes for the forwards. You just need one opportunity, one quick turn, and he's hoping that will come tonight for one of his first goals for FC Tulsa.
Here's Chewich. FC Tulsa trying to possess the football a little bit more, having been outdone percentage-wise by this impressive Birmingham Legion FC side. There is Brown, just flicking the ball on, but it's going to be out. It's going to be a throw-in down the left-hand side for Birmingham Legion FC. Remember, FC Tulsa home again on Wednesday here against San Diego Loyal SC. That before they go 4 days after that game to Sacramento Republic FC. Here's a ball from left to right. There's a shot and a good save from Sean Lewis. It was a good effort from Bruno Lappa there, beautifully found as well, I might say, by Mikey Lopez. Good play from Birmingham Legion FC, Anna.
It was. Torres found himself isolated a bit, 2v1, and Legion FC did a great job to get this shot off quickly. Here's another look on the replay. Chipped ball over the top. Lappa trying to get that one off quick, but Sean Lewis, good positioning from the goalkeeper, blocking that near post, able to knock that one away.
And then the corner came in, and Alex Cronale's header just went harmlessly away for a goal kick, and we've got an intriguing 25 minutes left in this one here at One Oak Field, with FC Tulsa scoring those 2 goals in the first half after Birmingham Legion had equalled the game up on 41 minutes. Late drama, Van Okel's foul on Da Costa, and it was the El Salvadorian international Joaquin Rivas with his left foot who drove the ball in from the penalty spot, giving us the current score of 2-1. Of course, last season between these two here at One Oak Field, we had a 1-1 draw and also a 3-1 home win for FC Tulsa. Now, that's good play from Dean. He's inside the box here. Clips it across the box, and it could have gone anywhere. It goes to Lopez on the right-hand side. Lopez now still with the ball in the danger area. Here's Lapper driving the ball in, and it's just put wide in the end. Beautiful play from both sides of the field, and in the end, it was Marlon Santos just wide of the target.
Legion FC continuing to be so threatening in that final third. We'll get a look here on the replay, but Dean, that initial first touch, the change of pace and the acceleration to get around the outside, plays an unbelievable ball across, but just no one able to get on the end of it, but keeping the play alive. However, ultimately not able to find the back of the net on that play. But Dave, this feels a bit like the first half. They're kind of starting to build that confidence again, and FC Tulsa trying to swing things back the other way.
Now, if my eyes don't deceive, I think FC Tulsa are certainly getting their subs warmed up, and a change could be imminent. Here is Bourgeois threading the ball down to Rivas down the FC Tulsa right. Bourgeois again quickly under pressure from the impressive Johnny Dean, and in the end the referee and linesman combine and say it will be an FC Tulsa free kick on the right hand side, and you don't see that too often. Bradley Bourgeois staying down, doesn't stay down unless he really is injured. But it's going to be in fact the referee's indicating it's not going to be a free kick, it's going to be a throw-in. There is Bourgeois in those orange boots. There's Mike Ensian. Mike Ensian, who is entering his 3rd full season as head coach of FC Tulsa. Much thinking to do about substitutions. Here's Suarez inside the box. Suarez brings it down. Brilliant block from Cronale. Really good block. Suarez did a really good first touch there, did everything right, and now at the other end, Dispay has to get there ahead of Marlon Santos. Really good play from the Cuban Suarez.
It was, and Rivas did well on that wing as well to try to find a good ball in, but Suarez, you mentioned it, Dave, an excellent first touch to bring that ball down and give himself a chance to get that shot off. But good defending from Legion FC to compact quickly and deny that goal-scoring opportunity. But this game's wide open.
Certainly is. Kavita. Von Keazil. Alex Cronale. Von Keazil again, those 3 at the back now, with the wing-backs pushing on. Zach Harivo. Kavita finds Dean. Dean's had a lot of success down both flanks. He's playing on the left at the moment. Here's Enzo Martinez now, easily into the box. Pulls it back, and there's Lewis with the save. Herivo with the latest effort. Enzo Martinez has had a really good game for me, and he seems to glide past defenders with ease.
Here's another look at that build-up, but you mentioned it, Martinez does so well, pulls that ball back, and if you're Lapa coming in a good run, you have to finish from that distance. Not a lot of pressure, point-blank shot from the top of the 6, and Sean Lewis will be relieved that that ball bounced the way it did into his gloves.
Yeah, Bruno Lapa's made a really good impression on this game, coming on as a second-half substitute. It's going to be a free kick to FC Tulsa. There is Mike Ensian, and there is the Englishman Johnny Fennick, who is a central defender. Fennick played the game last week, went on to the bench this week. That's a good cushion down. Here's Da Costa. Da Costa runs into trouble. So you just wonder whether FC Tulsa will try to go 5 at the back here. Anna, of course, I say that unless there's an injury to one of the back 4, but I think we're going to see Johnny Fennick, and there's Lebo Maloto, who I alluded to earlier on, persistent fouling has got him the yellow card. Now we'll see who's going to come off here. I think I'm right in saying that Johnny Fennick is going to come on. Eric Bird is warming up there alongside Johnny Fennick as well. But I think Mike Hensian doesn't want to make the change while there is a free kick that his team needs to defend. So double substitution for FC Tulsa imminent. But here's Legion FC trying to get the ball into the box, which they do, headed away. Brown will hold the ball up here. DaCosta is out wide on the left. Here is DaCosta now with the ball. Torres has made a really good run here, Gabby Torres, but his first touch is not the best. He keeps the ball in, but can only play it into the arms of Van Oekel, who quickly bowls it out to Mikey Lopez. Lots of energy from Gabby Torres. Anna Beffa.
Definitely in an excellent run in that final third to get behind the Legion FC defense, but ultimately first touch lets him down, and now he has to go all the way back and track because this game is transitioning very quickly.
Dean up against Rivas. Dean clipping the ball in, volleyed away by Rodriguez. Still the FC Tulsa substitutes Fennick and Bird wait. Alex Cronali just laying the ball off here to Mikey Lopez. Lopez will play the ball infield, finds Herivo. FC Tulsa come away with the ball, still 2-1 to the good. Here's Suarez. Up to Brown. Brown leaves it here. Rivas can't get on the end of that one because the hard-working Dean has got there. And FC Tulsa just not able to hold the ball up and make it stick and relieve the pressure at the moment. Here's Kavita. Dean again receives the ball wide on the left in front of his coach. Malone lays the ball off to Herivo. Herivo to Dean again. Bourgeois gets some kind of a foot on that, but still they have the ball. Now Chewich battling, and Chewich is annoyed that the referee's gone with a foul against him on Marlon Santos. And we've played, coming up 73 minutes, Anna. Still a lot in this game for both teams.
Definitely Birmingham Legion FC with the edge right now offensively, but FC Tulsa's had their moments, but have to stay disciplined defensively here.
Oh, that's a good turn inside the box. Pulls it back to Zenzo Martinez, and then there's a miss-hit shot. Hits the post, and FC Tulsa somehow survived with Sean Lewis beaten. DaCosta down the left-hand side. Van Keezel keeps the pot boiling here. Prosper Kazim is fouled by Kuich. Play on, says the referee. Cronali up from the back here. Mikey Lopez needs to clip a decent ball. He does clip a decent ball in. Ball loose again, and again FC Tulsa survive and come away with the ball. And Bourgeois now running down the right-hand side. DaCosta runs to the right. Ball fed inside here to Lebo Maloto. What a great game we are seeing as we come up to the 74th minute. But again, it's won back by Birmingham Legion FC with Lapa here. Prosper Kazim, who scored the equalising goal back at the 41st minute. Mikey Lopez runs into trouble, and now Suarez can come away for the ball, and we can take a breath. And Anna Beffa, it's end to end now.
It really is. The pace of this game has just continued to intensify, and you can tell in the players' body language they're pushing so hard and then having to defend and attack. And FC Tulsa trying to hang on here as Dean continues to apply some pressure on that left side.
It really is the right choice of words. FC Tulsa hanging on here. They're still winning the game of football 2-1. We're going to see two substitutes from both sides here being introduced. We're going to see Maki Jup coming on for in a moment. Marlon Santos comes off. And we're also going to see Eli Cronali come into the fray as well. Eric Bird and Johnny Fennick are going to make their way into the game as well. Here's the latest effort with Annabeffa.
Legion FC continuing to apply pressure, but what an unbelievable strike from Prosper Kazim, who scored that opening goal for the Legion FC, had Sean Lewis beaten, but off of that post. And FC Tulsa just trying to weather that storm, and a couple of substitutions here, hopefully able to provide some relief and some fresh legs.
Well, Eric Bird, like-for-like swap, he's come in to the central midfield for Lebo. Malota has worked hard, and Adrian Dispay will make way for Johnny Fennick. As we tell you, the attendance inside One Oak Field, 4,531. Tremendous opening day crowd here for Mike Ensign and his men. And they would like to see more possession of the football, of course, if you're an FC Tulsa fan, but credit this Birmingham Legion FC team who've really had the lion's share of possession throughout the whole game. Ronald Rodriguez clears the ball. Kavita's won a throw-in for his team, the captain. Ball headed down by Jupp. Here's Alex Granali. Both Granali's on the field now. Here's Bruno Lapper. Can't find Jupp, and there's Johnny Fennick getting his first action. Johnny Fennick, born in Newcastle upon Tyne in England, and we spoke to him at the end of last season. He's definitely a Newcastle United fan, very proudly. Johnny Fennick, who was signed from Las Vegas Lights. He did sign last year, scored his first professional goal for his career for the Lights in a 4-3 win over LA Galaxy 2. Kavita, the captain, clearing the ball. Gabby Torres has gone down off the ball now. If the linesman has spotted that, that's Alex Granali, who's already been booked, and I think Alex Granali is going to get a second yellow card and go off the field. Yes, it is. Granali gets a second yellow. It was an off-the-ball incident spotted by the linesman. Gabby Torres has gone down, and there is Alex Granali, who is annoyed with that, but he gets his second yellow. And we'll just see if Gabby Torres is okay. And Birmingham Legion FC and Annabeffa will have to play the last 13 or 14 minutes with 10 men. I don't know whether we can see, here it is, off the ball. You'll just watch here. There's the challenge. Now, watch here. I think it's just going to be on this replay. We might get something here. And I think he just bumped him off the ball, just out of shot there. But it was spotted by the linesman. If the linesman's right there and he sees it and he's in consultation with the referee, then the officials have no choice. Now, how does this change the game, Annabeffa? If you're chasing the game, you're down to 10 men. You're kind of playing with 3 at the back anyway. So does it really change a lot? Obviously, you're playing a man down, but will they continue to play in the same way?
For Legion FC, I don't see any material changes from how they've been playing this game. They have the quality of players to keep the possession and continue with their game plan. Obviously, as the clock continues to tick down, they'll take more risks, and now already being down a goal, I wouldn't be surprised if they just continued to push, leaving themselves a bit exposed in the back for FC Tulsa, but FC Tulsa has been sucked back in from the likes of Dean and just the attacking front with Martinez. So I'll be interested to see how these last 10 minutes play out, because FC Tulsa, with that extra man, I'm sure will play more defensively, more conservative, not taking any risks to try to see this game out.
Here is the man that was fouled for that second yellow card. Fans, head to the FC Tulsa app to vote for tonight's man of the match. You can download the FC Tulsa app on the App Store and the Google Play Store. Voting closes at the final whistle. It looks to me like Prosper Kazim has gone to left wing back. Johnny Dean back over to the right. Jupp there winning a header, but it's brought down. There's Fennick just giving the ball away to the aforementioned Prosper Kazim, scorer of the only Birmingham Legion FC goal. That's a loose ball, and it will be left by Sean Lewis. and we have 10 minutes of the 90 to go, and we are going to see Kembo Kibato come into the match, and I think it's going to be, well, Joaquin Rivas, I think, has been shown on the board, and Rodrigo da Costa thought for one moment it's him. In fact, they're both going to come off. So 2 substitutions late on here. So Kembo Kibato comes on in the middle. Brian Brown is going to be making way as well for JJ Williams. Now, is there a script to be written here, Annabeffa? The former man, of course, for the Legion FC comes on up front for FC Tulsa. Did score that goal in which we showed you in the opening part of our show. There's Kibato getting involved. JJ Williams, who scored that equaliser last season here at 1-0 for Birmingham Legion FC. He replaces Brian Brown. Here is Kibato, the busy midfielder, signed for FC Tulsa. He was on a season-long loan last season from RGV, but he's now an FC Tulsa player. Here he is, and he gets pulled down, and that will be a foul. And the referee's going to go to the book, and that's for Zach Erivo. Important player, I think. Important substitution, the man in frame there. Kembo Kibato, Annabeffa, you're a fan of his as well.
I am. I like this substitution for Mike Ince. And Kibato, every time he's on the field, he brings energy. And even if he loses the ball, he's the first one to go back and try to win it. And that's exactly what happened there in the midfield. Able to break away, force Haribo to make a decision and stop him in the midfield. And FC Tulsa is perfectly content with eating up time here in these stoppages.
Gabby Torres, left-footed ball, good one into the box. JJ Williams is there, good header away from Van Keerzeel. Chewich just calms things down. Rodriguez has to go back to keeper Sean Lewis. I tell you, there are people on the edges of their seats here at 1-0 Field. This has been a great game of football. How's it going to end? Ball over the top, JJ Williams is offside. Van Oka will quickly get the ball up. JJ Williams, of course, as I said to the press in the interview that he was really looking forward to coming on against his old teammates, still good friends of his, of course, but once you're on the field, friendships go out the window because you want to win the game of football for the club that you signed for. There's a header from Johnny Fennick. Gabby Torres, anywhere will do, as he boots the ball out. Throw in on halfway for Van Keerzeel. So both coaches, Anna, have really done everything they can with shuffling the packs, haven't they?
They have. They've moved players around on the field, made substitutions, and you're right, these last 7 or 8 minutes, just have to see how the game unfolds. Legion FC continuing to press, and FC Tulsa, reminder, has the extra man.
Should say as well, it was Machuca who was the other substitute that came on in that last window of opportunity of substitutions. Machuca, the Honduran, another close season signing. Johnny D. Van Keerzeel. Everybody now, every outfield player inside the FC Tulsa half. Enzo Martinez scrapping away down in that corner there, still has possession of the football as we're playing the 85th minute. Peter Chewich, who for me has been one of the FC Tulsa players of the match, has hardly put a foot wrong. Kembo Kibato was not fouled according to the referee. That was a foul, and Chewich will get a yellow card. The referee wants to write that one down in his notebook and does not want the free kick taken quickly. Chewich there gets a yellow card, but he's been outstanding for me for FC Tulsa tonight.
He has. He's been one of the best players on the field, in my opinion, but especially just in helping to orchestrate the attack for FC Tulsa. Normally he's, as you mentioned it, Dave, just kind of that blue-collar worker, does a lot of that dirty work in the midfield, but his distribution has been outstanding. The vision, he's been on point as far as I'm concerned from his passes an exciting season ahead for him with the home side.
FC Tulsa making this one-man advantage count here. They're having lots more possession of the football. Suarez now. Gabby Torres can afford the luxury of going on another run. Here's Suarez. Central now. Feeds it out here to Machuca. Machuca onto his left foot. Will try one, but it's a long way off target, and Van Oekel will take the goal kick. There is Machuca, sign of the close season. As I said, the Honduran will come in from the right-hand side onto his left foot. Got a few minutes last week against Charleston Battery. Another good signing from Mike Ensian. Bradley Bourgeois taking all the time that he can, the former Nashville player. Bradley Bourgeois from 2018 and 2019. Did play for the old Tulsa Roughnecks in 2017. Then had that time at Nashville and came back to FC Tulsa. Third in all-time appearances behind Rivas and DaCosta. Popular in these parts is Bradley Bourgeois. Lapper goes forward. His first touch wasn't the best. Now the linesman has said that's out. It's going to be a corner. Lewis can't believe it, but now everybody's got to come back, including JJ Williams, the 6'3" frame striker for FC Tulsa. Important they defend this well, Anna, because time against Birmingham Legion FC here. Ball into the box, headed away. It's a player gone down with a head injury, and the referee will have to stop the game. It was a brave header there, Anna, I think, but he's taken a bang for his troubles.
Looks like the referee ultimately calling a foul here, and FC Tulsa will have time to reset. Good to see.
Ronald Rodriguez there, isn't it, who got the bang on the head? Rodriguez, an El Salvador international, started 20 internationals. He did score for El Salvador in a 4-0 win last June over St. Kitts and Nevis. Also a big colleague of Joaquim Rivas. Very proud to represent their country. Gabby Torres up to JJ Williams, chests it down really well to Kembo Kubato here. Goes back to Torres. Torres feeds an intelligent ball into Eric Bird. Eric Bird will go to the right-hand side. Here's Machuca now. Machuca inside the box, but a good tackle coming in from Prosper Kazim. 88 minutes up as Bradley Bourgeois gets an important challenge in. Clap of the hands from Mike Ensian. Bourgeois had a steady game again at right back for FC Tulsa, the captain. Johnny Dean has had a really good game for me. Quality player, Johnny Dean. Every time I see that lad play, he's just a quality player. Bundles of energy up and down either flank. Banquer Zeal. Enzo Martinez. Eli Cronali shares a 1-2 with Johnny Dean. Johnny Dean still on the ball here, tricking his way inside the box, just outside now, lays it off. Zach Herivo. He'll go to the left-hand side. Here's Prosper Kazim. Up against Machuca. Clips the ball into the box. There's a brave header from Gabby Torres, and this will fall nicely for the Cuban here, Dario Suarez. Suarez will just try to bring the ball away and take a little bit of time off the clock as we're playing now 89 minutes. Clever play from him. Gabby Torres. Is there a third here for FC Tulsa? Kembo Kibato. Machuca chips the ball here. Here's Kibato inside the box. Just couldn't get the ball down for a shot. Good defending. Just wouldn't come down for Kembo Kibato.
Great play from FC Tulsa. It started with that creativity from Suarez to just lift that ball over the defenders and create that attack for FC Tulsa, trying to put this one away.
Still a long way to go in this, you feel. We've got the Tulsa Tech stoppage time to come as well, whatever the referee decides to add on. This game far from over. Everybody giving everything for their respective teams. Chewich wins another header. Rodriguez with an intelligent cushioned header down to Eric Bird, who's calming things down in the midfield. is Bourgeois. Kibato, who's made a difference since coming on as a substitute. Great ball in here. J.J. Williams is offside. He would dearly love to score against his old side, but he's offside. Correct call, Anna Beffer. J.J. Williams just going forward of the line there too quickly. Well, we're going to see 6 minutes of Tulsa Tech stoppage time. We'll have 6 minutes of Tulsa Tech stoppage time. Enroll today at tulsatech.edu. Still very much time, Anna, for both of these sides to affect the scoreboard.
And Dave, if you're FC Tulsa, these 6 minutes are going to feel a lot longer. They have to stay switched on defensively, cannot afford to make any errors because Legion FC will continue to push. FC Tulsa has been able to break in when Legion FC has been exposed in the back to try to find that third goal. But these next 5 minutes, crucial for both teams.
Now here's Suarez, plenty of black shirts ahead of him. Here's Gabby Torres, decent ball needed. Ball into the box was just not good enough behind or either side of the defensive line. And we're going to see a throw in here for Gabby Torres, who sensibly is taking some time here for his side, who lead by 2-1 in front of this crowd who've really stayed with it here at One Oak Field. Dean does well defensively. Eli Granale similarly. Lapa chips the ball over the top. Rodriguez, he's had a pretty steady game at the back. Oh, it's a beautiful touch from Machuca. Can he keep it in? Yes, he can, says the linesman. Machuca now onto his left foot. Threads it through. It's Williams in behind the goalkeeper, just forced wide. Williams again dinks the ball into the box. Headed away by Dean. Suarez with a shot. Dean again off the line. Still they come forward to FC Tulsa late on here. Suarez will keep this one in. No, he won't. His first touch wasn't good enough. Late on, FC Tulsa really knocking on the door, Anna, and it nearly had the script written all over it with J.J. Williams going round the keeper Van Oekel, his former teammate, to slot the ball home.
It did. It started with great play from Machuca on that right side. The first touch to get that ball into space and continue his run, ultimately getting J.J. Williams in the mix, but just not able to find the back of the net.
Ball into the box from Eli Granale was a good one. There's a brave challenge from both players there. Rodriguez for FC Tulsa and Maki Diop has the ball now end to end. Dean's having to be the last man here, clears it left-footed away only as far as Kavita and Bourgeois. They clashed, nothing given, no decision to be made. Kavita can't believe it. Now here's Suarez, one touch, good tackle. Von Keazil stood his ground there. He whacks the ball forward, still playing these 6 minutes of the Tulsa Tech stoppage time. Erivo wants to keep things going, taking a throw in on the right-hand side. Suarez gets a header in. Now here's a chance here for Maki Diop. Diop has lost the ball, but then he gets it out to Martinez. Martinez towards the far post. Coming in at the far post was Kavita up from the back. Brave header away, corner. Drama here at One Oak Field late on. These two like scoring late goals, both of these teams. And Birmingham Legion FC have a chance here with a corner late on from the left-hand side. Everybody inside the box, even Van Oekel's up there. There's a towering header just over the bar, and Sean Lewis and his defenders will be pleased to see that one go harmlessly away. With Van Oekel up there, Anna Beffer, it looked to be sailing into the top corner just for a second.
It did. Diop found himself with some space and a header. He's able to direct that ball into that upper corner, but it just goes over the bar. And FC Tulsa had everyone back there, circling back to that must-win header from Bradley Bourgeois that led to that corner. And FC Tulsa hanging on here, trying to see this game through.
And offside. Lapa wants to quickly get this ball back here to Van Oekel. He's going to belt this ball forward. Mike Ensian takes a look at his watch and says to J.J. Williams, you get back as well. Van Oekel sprints forward. Ball whacked forward by Johnny Dean. Could be the last chance here for a dramatic equaliser. Van Oekel wins a header up there. Now there's a chance here, and surely Machuca here, can he make it 3? Machuca's got someone behind him. He goes towards goal and he scores on his home debut. Machuca in the Tulsa Tech stoppage time wins the game for FC Tulsa. There was drama at the end of the first half. There's drama at the end of the second. FC Tulsa 3, Birmingham Legion FC 1.
Absolute bedlam at One Oak Field. Take a look here at the replay. Everybody back for FC Tulsa. And Dario Suarez able to break that ball to Machuca. What composure. He feels the pressure coming on from Prosper Kazim, and he's able to calmly put that one away. Icing on the cake for FC Tulsa seals this victory, and this place has erupted.
It certainly has. Machuca goes to the crowd, immediately becomes a One Oak hero. 3-1. FC Tulsa will win this one by 3-1 because the referee brings proceedings to an end. But every single player can take a bow and a effort because some of them are exhausted as the fireworks go off. It's really been an incredible game and everybody has given everything for the cause.
That was a full team victory. You said it, Dave. Every single player putting in their part. You can see just the exhaustion, defending through and through, finding a way to get it done, attacking, putting 3 goals in against a tough team. Birmingham Legion FC doesn't give up a lot of goals. They didn't give up a ton last season, but FC Tulsa finding a way tonight to put 3 away at home. This is exactly the rebound that they needed from last week, Dave, and they are headed in the right direction.
I'll tell you what, we'll take a short break. We've got lots to wrap up here. Don't go away. Final score, FC Tulsa 3, Birmingham Legion FC 1.
With the new lineup, they got something for every lifestyle.
Thanks, Sean. Remember, we've got what you're looking for.
At Williams, we're focused on adding new technology and operating practices that deliver right here, right now reductions in global emissions, cutting-edge emissions measuring and monitoring, certifiable and transparent emissions data, real-time energy optimization across the natural gas value chain, integration and delivery of the fuels of the future, meeting global energy demand and global climate goals. For us, this is just the beginning. Williams, we make clean energy happen.
Now a smoky One Oak Field because there's been plenty of fireworks that have been let off, plenty of fireworks on the field as well, Annabeth. We have seen such an entertaining game. There's ways of winning games of football, and FC Tulsa have found a way tonight to win the game as we take a look at the highlights of the whole game right now.
And we knew coming into this game that it was going to be a tough match. Birmingham Legion FC historically has been a tough opponent for FC Tulsa, but they've always found a way to be competitive. And it starts off with this Chuich. What an unbelievable ball across the face of goal, and none other than Rodrigo da Costa on the end of that one to put FC Tulsa up first. But then Dave Dean on this right side, busy all night creating opportunities, and Sean Lewis able to make the quick save. But this was the difference maker for Legion FC, responding to the goal. Prosper Kazim, a great piece of creativity. Ultimately, he's able to find that ball in the back of the net to equalize here against FC Tulsa.
And we thought it was going to be 1-1 at half-time. That was on the 41st minute equalize, and then we saw this bizarre passage of play, Anna.
Brian Brown did well to bring that ball down. Van Oekel stops Rivas, but then ultimately goes for DaCosta instead of going for the goal. Referee gives the yellow card, and Rivas steps up and confidently puts this one away for FC Tulsa, heading into the locker room a goal up.
As you say, 2-1 at half-time. It was the El Salvadorian international there, Rivas taking the plaudits in the corner after putting that penalty away, but it was a good response from the away side.
It was. Kazim, again, the goal scorer in the first half, tries to find the net in the second half with this electric strike, beaten Sean Lewis, but ultimately off of the post. And then here's another look at the red card given to
Alex Cronali, wasn't it, who got his second yellow there. And when you see that replay, you can see why the referees had to give a second yellow, spotted by the linesman. He was only a few feet away. And that made it a bit of an uphill struggle for Birmingham Legion FC after that. But they still kept on coming until this happened at the very end of the game.
It did. FC Tulsa defending well, and then Machuca does so well, stays composed, feels that pressure coming from Prosper Kazim, able to put this one away and seal this game, help FC Tulsa close out their first home victory of the season.
I'll tell you what, it's a way to become an instant hero, isn't it, when you make your debut and you score a goal like this. And you can see in the background there, the fans have really enjoyed this one. And Anna, the match stats, obviously 3-1 we know, but look at the number of shots from the away side there. They will feel a little bit of grief. They've gone down by 3-1.
They will. Credit Legion FC the 20 shots, but Dave, they were quality chances. There were some really good opportunities that they let get away from them. They had moments to tie this game up and continue to challenge FC Tulsa, but FC Tulsa so disciplined defensively. They showed so much grit in this match through and through, all 11 players on the field. Legion FC ultimately edging possession, but the stat that matters the most is the goals, and FC Tulsa finding a way to get 3 here on their home turf to get the victory.
And you know, praise for the two coaches as well. They shuffled the packs. They used their 18-man squads, didn't they? And there were some really good substitutions that were made. FC Tulsa, it wasn't perfect, but they'll be really pleased to have got off to this home opener and got the 3 points.
They will. Both coaches had to dig into their arsenal and pull substitutions and changes and adjustments, especially with the red card and just the pressure from Birmingham Legion FC, and Mike Ince, and credit to his side, continued to fight and get this victory, so important as they rebound from the loss last weekend as they continue to start their season off strong.
And quickly, Anna, it's very difficult to pick out players, but you know me, I like my blue-collar workers, unsung heroes. Peter Chewich didn't put a foot wrong for me tonight in an FC Tulsa shirt.
No, he didn't. He had an unbelievable game, and it's so fun to watch these players. We mentioned some of the new signings that FC Tulsa has brought into this lineup, and Chewich definitely one to watch this season as it develops, and he had a great game that helped lift this FC Tulsa team to victory.
Well, FC Tulsa have won this one by 3-1. The captain, Bradley Bourgeois, is about to bang the drum as he does in these parts. My thanks to my broadcast partner, Anna Beffer. We will do it all again. We hope you will join us on ESPN Plus and also My41 on Wednesday when San Diego are in town. Thank you to all our production crew here and to all of you for tuning in. We will do it all again on Wednesday. Final score for the final time is FC Tulsa 3, Birmingham Legion FC 1.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.